Oh, the glare is for real right now. I am so sorry about that. This is kind of my setup. So I don't have a whole lot of options right now. Let's see if that helps at all. It might help a little bit. Open the blinds. Okay. So hello everyone. Welcome to Pages of Ascensions. My name is Tia. This is going to be the elemental weekly reading for air signs. So typically, not typically, Gemini, Libra, and Aquarius. Although don't focus so much on the sign so much as the energy that say each of these signs can kind of bring forth um, to see if that resonates with you. Um, yeah, energies are fluid, and we can all encompass each and every part of the zodiac depending on our chart. So don't get too hung up on that. So my readings are intended to be signless, timeless, and genderless. So even though I'm doing, or I should say, completing this reading the first week of March, it may resonate when you come across it. So don't get too hung up on that either. Let's see here. What other housekeeping things? No, really no other housekeeping things for right now. So, okay, yeah, let's get into it. This is going to be the weekly for the air pages, the air element. Let's see what you got. My pre-shuffle for y'all actually came up with past life karma twice. And that a quick download is coming, whether that's ascension or union, some kind of new beginning is on the horizon for you. So we'll see if these cards pop out again for you with the actual shuffle, the camera shuffle. It's very interesting how quiet the top deck is being right now, which is my designated deck for air signs. Y'all are very, very much mental. Not mental as in like mentally ill, but just how you move about your daily lives. Things definitely start in the brain first. Are you, whether you're interested in something or passionate about anything, there's got to be a spark in the mental sphere first with air signs. So yeah, that's why the top deck is perfect, because it's very sharp. And it's the graphics on the card. And normally it's not so quiet. So why are you being quiet now? All right, we've got one. Too many. Let's be right back over. Just one at a time, please. Ooh. I need to shuffle cut you guys. It's interesting. These groups keep coming out. So I think you guys might have y'all. Sorry about the you guys. Y'all may have multiple things on the mind. Lust being one of them. This is a strength card. Ooh, and there's another group of 3. Oh, group of 4. Okay. Just one. 1 second. I had to put my earplugs in. It's very interesting, but my ability to channel is further cleared by plugging my ears. It's on like a white noise thing in order to hear properly. It's kind of weird. Comment below if you're also someone that has to have that in order to channel. I'm just curious if that's like an isolated thing, for me, or if it's like an ascension symptom or whatnot, because I have no idea. High Priestess. Okay. And one more. There it is. Wheel of Fortune. Okay, we've got... Ooh. Okay, we've got 3 majors on the board right now. And a major at the bottom of the deck. So, So, my air elementals. It looks like you lost a person or you've separated from a person due to secrets. Like there's something that's not being revealed. And again, I don't know if you crosswatch air signs, but uh hold on, something else is coming in. You know, yeah, you lost something because of lust. It's like it was a test from the universe, if you will. And there's some kind of secret being kept about this, and that's like doubled down by the fact that the high priestess is in the picture. So I don't know if this person was like a secret. Um I'm not necessarily getting three-party situation, but it could have been that there was some mental indecision. Hmm. No, I take that back. This is a three-party situation. But in some sense of the word, this is divinely directed. Um because you got the wheel of fortune here. So even though you lost this person or lost this situation, um this was meant to happen. Now, as far as if you pass the test or not, I think the clarifiers will speak to that a little bit more than just what's on the table right now. But I'd say you definitely let the your lust, your passion get the better of you with this person. The high priestess card for me is the card of the practitioner. It's the card of the psychic. It's the card of the tarot card reader. So whoever you're dealing with is someone who is very, very spiritual. Um, yeah, and I would actually say that this was even a fated encounter. And I think whether you succumb to the lust or not with this person is kind of irrelevant to the bigger lesson that's at play here. And it could be a secret about yourself or a secret about your feelings, because the Prince of Cups is beneath that. Let's bust out the clarifiers and see what they've got to say. Because, I mean, the fact that there's majors on the board, like, what are we talking here? If each of these is 25%, 75% of your reading has major arcanas in it, you know? So, the lesson may have been to learn sorrow by whatever happened between you and this person. I definitely get that this is at the very least sexual. I don't know if it's necessarily romantic. Um, Because, yeah, the high priestess can also stand for the other woman. Now, if we end up with the Queen of Wands coming out in this reading, I would definitely say this is a three-party romantic situation. But as it stands right now, it could be lusting after a person, lusting after a job position, lusting after esoteric knowledge, even is what I'm picking up, like secretive knowledge. Actually, I'm getting that very, very heavily. Um, like chasing esoteric knowledge. That's the thing about higher knowledge, if you will. You can research and research and research. And at least one thing that I found with myself, you'll just go in circles trying to find out about something if it's not meant for you to learn about that topic yet. So that's something to keep in mind as well. That might be for like one person who happens to come across this at some point. Don't chase the knowledge. The knowledge will come to you in due time. The secrets will reveal themselves. Do we have a flip over? Okay. All right, so let's clarify this Three of Swords. The Empress. Okay, yeah, this is a three-party situation. Oh, and this is someone that you care a lot about too. This is the star of your eye. This is the person who has triggered major formative changes in your life just by knowing them or being involved with them, which might have been why you weren't able to tame your lust, tame the passion that you had for them. Um, but this was meant to happen. It's fated. Now, whether this wheel is turning, which way this wheel is turning, that's not something I'll know until we get to the clarifiers. And really, with what's on the board right now, that could be a toss up. But this person, this Empress, it could be a motherly figure. It could be someone that you see as a mother. It could be someone that you want to have children with or that you want to have children by. This is someone who shines brighter than anyone else that you've come into contact with. And your lust led to the dissolution of this particular partnership. To help further for those who need, to trying to figure out if this resonates with you, there's some type of spiritual connection that you have with this person. Oh yeah, I would even definitely go so far as to say it's telepathic. We've got High Priestess at the bottom of the deck. So this High Priestess is this Empress. This is the same person that we're dealing with. And maybe the situation was just revolved around lust or broke up as a consequence of thinking with below the belt instead of thinking with the wrong head. I'll put it that way. But either way, I feel like there's separation here. Whether that's a permanent separation or not is to be determined by this reading. But the fact that we've got the High Priestess coming up twice in this as an additional energy to this sorrow, I feel like it's not only this person is intuitive, I feel like you're also very intuitive, and you know that this is the right person who can help you transform your life. Like Moldavite as a stone is incredibly transformative. It's not gentle either. Moldavite is kind of like in your face, like smacks you awake, so it's a stone that you don't work with until you're really ready to like make some moves in your life. And it's a very, very high vibrational stone, so not everybody can work with it. And then accompanied with the emerald, which is also a stone of love. Like this love transformed you. And I don't even think that you knew necessarily that it was love. I think that's part of the secret that you're still trying to learn, or that is still coming out to you. I don't think you're quite there yet. Maybe this reading will help trigger that. But I do think that this love was transforming to you, and there's sorrow right now. Like you're sad right now because you guys are separated. You're apart. Like the Three of Swords is not a card of union or commitment. It's a card of separation and deceit and heartbreak. Like you're not with this person right now, and you want to be with this person right now. There's a great deal of emotion attached to them. And maybe that's a secret. Maybe they don't know how you feel about them, and that's something that you would need to speak up about. Okay, let's continue on to the Strength card. Nine of Cups. Chalcedony. Too many. Bad shuffling. We'll see if that pops back out. This could be coming in quick. I don't know what, though. Not yet. I'm not seeing union. I'm just seeing separation. Actually, I'm not even necessarily seeing separation so much as I'm just seeing heartbreak. Is just hurting over this person not being around anymore. Yeah, so um you're going to have to put in more than the physical. Oh yeah. Okay. You're going to have to put in more than the physical to get this moving, to get your wish fulfillment. You have to put in the work. You have to put in the work to get your wish fulfillment. Okay? Um Lepidolite is a stone that's really, really good for mental clarity. Um, so I think it could be that you're having trouble gaining clarity in how to get wish fulfillment with this person. And part of that might be because you're, again, thinking with the wrong head. I don't really know any other way to put it except that I mean, you see how much ecstasy that she is in. This is a person, because this card in particular in the top deck is also the card of strength. So it's like having the strength to tame your desires so that you can get your wish fulfillment. So that's actually, as an advice, I would say that's what you need to work on, is to not think with the physical and think more with the mental. I'm not saying that this person is necessarily like in their heads, like they're additionally in an air sign. I don't know what sign they are. We've got the high priestess on the table and the empress, so that would imply to me that they embody all of the queen energies present in the deck, and that they are very high vibrational because of the Moldavite or the star coming up here. The star and the wheel of fortune both appearing in the same spread, like this is definitely something that is this is divinely guided, that I'm sure of. You've got the four coins on the bottom for this particular group here. Yeah, you need to let go of the physical and embrace embrace the emotional. Excuse me, that's a burp. I would take that as confirmation. So yeah, you need to let go a little bit of the physical, because if you're hyper pursued on this, especially with this person, because they're the high priestess, this is not someone who's thinking with their physical body at all. This is someone who's able, they've mastered that. They've mastered being led around by their libido and by lust, and by fear, and they're a very high vibrational person, so you need to approach them with a high vibrational attitude. And yeah, let's leave that there. Okay, so moving on, let's go ahead and clarify this high priestess. King of coins. Amber. This is old wisdom. They've been here before. And with the Wheel of Fortune on the table, I'm actually pretty confident in saying that you had more than one life with this person. Too many cards. Just one, please, Spirit. There we go. The moon appearing twice. Okay, so that's something that actually might be cloaked, is that you do have not just a past life influence with this person. I mean, but a very spiritual one. Like, yeah, this is hidden knowledge. Again, it comes back to the hidden knowledge and chasing hidden knowledge. You know, Moonstone it's very spiritual, it's very transformational. It helps to get you into uh, emotional alignment, is kind of what I want to say. And then when we look at the King of Pentacles, this is someone who's mastered the physical, you know, the tangible, the earthly. Um, so this could be a father figure, which, you know, it goes very well, I suppose, with the Empress. If the Empress is, I mean, the Empress, her counterpart is the Emperor, you know, in the deck. But it's like if she were to not be with the Emperor, the King of Coins would probably be next in line because of the practicality of the Empress energy. The only problem with the King of Coins is that um, as an energy, it tends to be very materialistic, focusing too much on the physical and not enough on the emotional. So that could be something that this high priestess is sensing in you as well. And that is potentially a barrier in this situation, relationship. Um, yeah, they're a very old soul, though, and they're incredibly wise. And they're cloaked in this reading intentionally. Like, this is someone who's, I would say, very much into um, the esoteric arts. So they could be a tarot reader, they could be a psychic of some sort, like a divine channeler. Yeah, okay. Oh, we. And at the bottom of the deck, we have the devil. So the devil energy, especially with the moon and the devil, there's hidden emotions. They may be toxic. Now, I don't know if that's your approach to this high priestess or this high priestess's approach to you, but having this kind of clarify this whole group here, um, there is a chance that toxic energy has invaded this relationship, which is further quantified by lust being here, because whenever you see the strength card, the devil card usually isn't too far behind that. Because I mean, if you think about it, strength can appear, but it's like, what do you need to be strong about? In order to pull out a card like that, especially because it's a major arcana, it's got to be something that is particularly difficult to have strength over. And I would definitely consider the devil energy to be an energy like that. But I think that that energy has led to this Three of Swords. Hmm. Yeah, and the devil card is the devil energy rather is very much in the physical and physically focused, emotionally manipulative, even. And the high priestess isn't necessarily ill aspected. She's someone that can wane with the moon, though. So it could be not just that this person is like psychic or highly intuitive, but it could be that there also is some degree of, I kind of want to say, mental illness, because their mood kind of varies with the moon. It could be that they're also highly empathic, so they could come off like they're emotionally unstable, but I don't get that very strongly here at all. Like, it could be that you went after a high priestess energy over this empress energy, and it turns out this empress person is who you're actually supposed to be with, but you got stuck with someone who is quite frankly materialistic and emotionally manipulative, because I do also get that. Let's move on to the Wheel of Fortune. I can't, the moon coming out twice though. There's definitely secrets between you and this person. Um, or these people. Because, I mean, the Empress and The High Priestess could very well be two different people. That's not what I'm picking up. So maybe for some of you that this is resonating for, with the exception of that, that's what's going on, is that they are two separate people. One of them is hidden, like they're intentionally cloaked. So we have Malachite, Eight of Cups, and Olivine, Knight of Cups. It was meant for either you to walk away from this person or this person to walk away from you in order to experience whatever, to correct the injustice that has already taken place between you two. So this is definitely reaffirming what I said earlier, that you're not in union with this person. You guys may not even be talking. I don't see any talking cards on here, or communication cards, or even movement cards for that matter. Any communication that you're doing is in the ethereal realm. The star, the moon twice, the High Priestess. Yeah. If you guys are speaking at all to each other, it's not happening in the physical, it's happening in the spiritual. But at the end of the day, the Justice card doesn't come up unless there needs to be justice, unless there's been an injustice. So the fact that this is coming up, I think that this is related to this Three of Swords card. And this person, they had to walk away. They were given a choice but to walk away from you. In order to correct the scales of justice, in order to make sure that the wheel turned. Because with the Four of Coins coming up and trying to pop out several times, you're holding on too tight. Holding on too tight to an outcome, holding on too tight to an ideal, holding on too tight to a label, holding on to something that didn't necessarily serve the highest good of this situation. But now justice has come through. And I think that the path that you're on has been corrected by this person exiting the picture. And I feel like things are back in order is kind of what I'm picking up. So, okay, let's go ahead and move on to the map deck and see what it's got to say about this situation. Oh, you guys are going to get a little bit of a longer reading this week. This is intense, yo. Okay. We have the Bone Collector in reverse and Sad Embrace. So the Bone Collector speaks to... Let me find my notes for this card. This is a really intricate deck. It's called the Enchanted Map Deck. And I feel like it would take years to master this deck. So I do rely on the notes that I've made at the bottom of every single entry as they've come up in dailies I've done for myself prior to showing, starting this channel. So the Bone Collector reverse, my notes say reclaim what's lost or risk a repeat. Your answers and your history, choose differently. So again, this is actually reinforcing like the lust. I can actually see that this repetitive action that the Bone Collector in reverse is talking about, because you've got the Wheel of Fortune. Literally, it's on the table. The Wheel of Fortune is about cycles. And as we know, or as you know, some of you may know who are running across this and are a little privy, to the esoteric side of things and karma and those pathways, is that um, if you don't learn a lesson the first time, you will constantly repeat it over and over and over and over until you get it. The best example that I can think of, at least from personally my own life, is dating the same types of people. And it's like the same types of people over and over and over. Non-committal, liking third parties, for example. But the big thing is being non-committal and indecisive. Now, you could say that is that every partner that you have is simply a reflection of yourself. So it could have been that I was just non-committal at the moment. That's neither here nor there. This is just an example of what I'm saying. Either way, in order to regain justice in the situation, you have to take a different approach. Otherwise, you're going to repeat the same cycle again. It may not necessarily be with this person, even though this is the person that you want to be with. There'll be another person that crosses your path because this person has already walked away. They walked away. They said, I can't do it anymore. It doesn't matter if they're your star, if that's who you want to be with, if that's your empress, that is your queen. You know what I mean? That's who you want to be with. They've walked away because they don't want to keep repeating the same cycles with you over and over and over again. Okay, that is very clear, especially with the bone collector showing up. Now, sad embrace. So yeah, this one, sad embrace in the upright, actually has not come up for me before. So I'm going to go ahead and read this from the book. Okay, so it says you may be entering into a period where loss is a theme. Perhaps you're having to let go of a long cherished dream. If so, take heart, for this ending may have been for your highest good. A better and more powerful dream will be realized in your life. And if you can accept this loss, or excuse me, if you can accept this loss, relationships based on faulty foundations are meant to end at this time. Disappointment is a form of perception. If your expectations weren't met, a sense of loss arises, along with sadness and grief. Express these emotions. Tears are like healing rain that can restore life to a parched inner landscape. Growth is always assured. Whatever the loss, however great it is, let go and experience your feelings so that you may soon see what beauty lies ahead. So, again, like I said, this person has already walked away. They walked away. And you, the viewer, because that is how I'm tackling this readings. I'm not thinking about crosswatchers, even if you are. You, the viewer, are feeling the emotions. You're feeling the sorrow of the loss of this person walking away. But you have to recognize that you kind of brought this on yourself. Based on the cards on the table, I'm going to say you brought this on yourself. This was a karmic lesson that you needed to learn. And hopefully, this time you have learned so you can do something different. But the point of the sad embrace is to take the loss and don't push it down. Embrace it. Embrace the sadness. Embrace how you're feeling right now so you can properly release it. Because once you release it, reset. And you'll present it with the opportunity to do the right thing or do something different the next time, I'll say. You'll have to use your intuition on this as far as the best way to grieve. But I'm going to say in this situation, this Empress, no matter how much you care or you love this person, they're done. They walked away from whatever you were offering. They don't want it anymore. So it's time to move on. Yeah. Okay, let's go to the Mystical Moments deck, see what other insights that we can gain for your air signs. Yeah, they've walked away. Oh, excuse me. Like a bird. Okay. So this is another deck that's still fairly new. So I'm going to quickly read what's out of the book of this one as well. So it says focus, forward looking possibilities, and motivation. A woman full of expectations looks into the future. There are no boundaries to what she can accomplish. Like the bird next to her who flies strong and direct, she knows now is a time for focused energy. You may have found yourself losing motivation lately or questioning your decisions. The key to recapturing your passion lies in readjusting your focus to unlock creativity. Surround yourself with activities or people who make you feel inspired. They can be the breath of wind under your wings. So I kind of take this card to say, don't isolate yourself. And you see how in the sad embrace card, how isolated this person is, and they're very cold. It looks kind of frozen, kind of how like the sky looks after a really, really huge snow, and it's like 20 degrees outside, and it freezes and turns into ice. I'm in the Northwest, y'all. But it's like that. And same thing with the moon energy. The moon energy is very, very cold. It's very cold energy. So I'm going to say don't isolate yourself, because there can be lessons in healing learned by keeping people around you and by seeking out the knowledge of those around you and the company of those around you. Like, it's okay to let your friends help you. Let your friends help you get through this sorrow, you know? Let them help you move past this, because it does seem like this is particularly painful. I've got a lot of pressure in my heart center. Okay, so this is the Eyes of the Soul Oracle. This will be the last card. Oh yeah, you guys got a really long reading this week. Nice. Okay. Sacred Journey Pilgrimage. So immediately what I get is that, again, this is karmic. This is divinely guided. It sucks, to have to go through this, but this is something that you need to do. Detach from all that is familiar. Be open to transformation. So I understand, based on what's on the board, you don't really want to let go of this person. You don't want to let go of what the perception of what you had or how they made you feel. But it's time. Like, it's long served its purpose. And, there's a chance, because of the fact that the wheel is coming up, that y'all will cross paths again. If it's meant to be, y'all will cross paths again. This kind of reminds me of, like a set of twin flames that has separated, that you're in the separation mode again. And I hesitate using the whole twin flame thing, but yeah, you still have your own lesson that you need to learn, and give gratitude for this person coming into your life, for this empress, this star, this person that came into your life. Give gratitude for that, because they're helping to trigger a necessary lesson for you that you might not otherwise have gone through in this lifetime, or not until you were much older. I'll put it that way. So even though they've walked away and the situation is no longer. Their imprint is there. They meant you well. And take the lesson that you've learned from this, the mistakes that you learned from this by tuning into your lust. Take those lessons and choose to do something different and get off the wheel of karma. Because effectively, that is the reason that the situation is now void. It could have been simply from not following your intuition, but ultimately, I think it was because of the actions that you took in this situation. Yeah. Okay. That's all I've got for you guys. Don't forget to like, share, and comment, especially comment. If this resonates for you, I'm really curious how this is actually coming into play for some of you. So definitely leave me a comment on how this situation is resonating with you if it does. So yeah, thanks for tuning in. Look for these videos to your weeklies to commonly be put up around Sunday. Yeah, I appreciate you guys spending the last 40 minutes with me and hanging out. Remember to be the spark, because we all have a part to play in raising the collective consciousness in those around us. So yeah, I really do hope that this helps you in some way, and I'll see you next week. Bye, Air Pages.